I get so many compliments on this shirt, but I think that it looks like I'm wearing a doily.
No, I was gonna be the 80th person to compliment you. It's the
It looks like a cupcake doily.
no, ma'am.
No.
It's a ruffle. It's a detail. It looks great on your neck. It looks great on you. You need to wear that all the time. It's the V. It's the collar. This. It's great for your silhouette.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Meredith.
What a specific compliment. That's
Seriously.
done.
And it's actually really helpful too, because I agree with you. I feel like I feel way more comfortable in V-necks. Like it helps. I don't know what it is about
Brings
maybe
balance.
yeah, like my face is round maybe. So when I have like a shirt that's up here, I feel like I'm like, anyway.
It's just like a floating balloon or
Yeah, a
something.
floating head. Yeah, some
Yeah.
people do turtlenecks or tight crew necks better than others, and I don't remember what all that's about, but it's true. Like I'm supposed to wear tighter crew necks. Looser ones don't do as well, maybe because I have broad shoulders. I'm not sure.
Wow. Did you learn all that in your color
No.
thing?
I
Oh.
mean, no, I just been asking chat. I wish I did. Remember that day I had very low blood sugar and my style analysis specifically. So I did not retain other than you're angular, you're a natural dramatic. Here's your information. She did a great job, but I had dipped, baby. So since then I've been learning through chat or trying to understand. I kind of want to take a master class, like the actual company master class. I want to take one if they have like one on, style and body composition, all that. I just think it's fun to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you also would be a great, I think about you all the time.
Thank
Like
you.
even, so, I get a lot, I still haven't done my colors. I know we got to do it.
Okay,
but-
we will.
Yeah.
Not a matter of if, but when.
But I get so many compliments when I wear that shirt that's like red with like the pink kind of floral thing. And so then the other day I was like, man, every time the season changes, I just feel like I don't have anything to wear, which is not true. And it's such a first world problem, but it feels like that because you're similar, Meredith. Like we just live in such hot climates that whenever the summer comes, I'm like, what in the world? I can't go around naked. So what am I supposed to wear? Because I am
know.
melting.
I know,
Yep.
it's awful.
So anyway, went to Amazon and literally typed in like red and pink shirt with fun sleeves or something like that, and bought one. And oh yeah, Anna complimented me on it the other day.
It was very cute. Yeah.
Hey.
But dang it, why was I saying? Oh, but I was like, okay, so even though I haven't done my colors, there's clearly something in like that red,
Yeah.
the red and pink together, or maybe it's just the red that does, because I get compliments on it. And so I'm like, whatever that is, must be my color.
Yeah.
And I would be curious what kind of red. Is it a cool red? Is it a warm red? Is it a spring geranium? I'd be very, yeah. The spring palette has a red that's like a tomato red. It's called geranium. Kate is a spring. She looks unbelievable in that color, and she would never have gravitated towards it naturally. But it's amazing what happens when you know your colors. Then you're like, well, if I know I look good in it, then now I am going to gravitate towards it. And I'm not going to be scared of that red that I would never have paid attention to before because I know that I shine in that. Last night I was watching Top Chef, and there was an actress on that I don't know. You can't just look at someone and go, "Oh, you're a spring." That's reductive,
Yeah.
and it's not the way it works. But she certainly wasn't a winter, who are the only season that can wear black. Which is the only season that can wear black. She did not look vibrant and well, and she is a beautiful actress. I will not name her name, but we all know her from one of our most favorite beloved shows. And I was like, this black and your pale skin and your auburn colored hair is not it. That night when they filmed the dinner scene or the elimination challenge scene, she was in something more cream. It was fitted better. I was like, oh, there you are. There's your
Yes.
reflection. It may honestly, even on TV, I was like, oh gosh. And then to see that contrast within 20 minutes, I'm like, aha, there you are. So it really does like it really does create a different experience on the other side of you. You don't even know it until you're like, whoa, you look amazing in, whatever the heck the thing is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also keep forgetting to text you because, Elliot and you're the only other person that's a religious watcher of Top Chef than we are, because we are the same.
And Mallory loves Top Chef.
Oh, okay. I'll have to text both of you because
Yeah.
it's coming on tonight.
I know I'm not in the current season. I'm in season 22. Keep going.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting because this current season is happening in the Carolinas where you are.
I know.
You're gonna
don't
love
you know?
watching it.
I'm sure I can't wait. I'm like, if they were at a Whole Foods near me, I would park myself just
Yeah.
to watch them and see. Just cheer them on. Save below $500. You got this with your Wells Fargo quick cash app and you earn 2%, whatever the hell sponsorship they have. I'm like, God bless the product placements. You can sponsor us, Wells Fargo. I'll tell you that right now. Money, we'll be 2%ers. I'll say 2% every 2 seconds if that's what you need us to do.
That is so true,
We're
Meredith.
2%ers. This podcast is brought to you by Wells Fargo Cash App. You can save 2% or more. I don't care. I'll do it.
You already have the script down.
Yeah, because they do it so
much. And Kristen Kish has to say it so much, which God bless her. She does.
And can we talk about how great of a host she is?
She's phenomenal. She is what Top Chef needed. I love Padma Lakshmi. I know people like her or not. She is not fun to look at. Padma Lakshmi is one of the most beautiful, maybe top 5 women, in my opinion, in the entire world. She's just unbelievably beautiful. Mm-hmm. Kristen, also beautiful, has this warmth, this relatability, like a not silliness, but like a little more jovialness that just brings some nice levity to the show. Yeah, but I think it was such a welcomed change.
Yeah, it feels like Kristen is the perfect for like the next generation.
Yes,
as well. You know what I mean?
She bridges the gap beautifully.
Yeah, and she's so empathetic, like how she kind of tears up when they have to eliminate.
Yes.
Well, anyway, she's great. Yeah. Sorry, Anna. I know you have no idea what we're saying, but
she's like, wow, what an invigorating conversation. I love being a part of it. I'm so sorry. It's like being at a dinner party. Like, I've walked into this trio and they had something going and I'm going to stand here and smile at them. Sorry. Not
That's my cue to go get my snack.
Yeah, you're like, you know what? You guys talk. I'll be right back. And then she never comes back. I'm just going to grab some food.
I do that all the time. But I'm like, oh, let me just, and then never come back.
That's how it goes.
It's a classic. Yeah. Classic.
Brene, on my favorite podcast these days, The Curiosity Shop with Brene Brown and Adam Grant. They were just talking about that in one of their latest episodes about like how to elegantly, well, I mean, it was like thoughtfully leave a conversation. And we had like a whole 20 minutes where they were talking about how do you do that. And because Adam was saying that he thinks Brene does that really well.
Oh, interesting.
He observed her doing it. And then she was like, the misconception about her is that like, she's like, I'm super comfortable speaking to 10,000 people, but in a like intimate social setting, I have a lot of social anxiety. So she's like, for me, it's just a learned, like I have to have in my back pocket ways to exit conversation.
Wow.
Interesting. Yeah. I have a friend who ran into her at the airport years and years ago and said that she was nice enough, but curt, you know, and this friend was not trying to take us. It's just, hey, big fan of your work. You know, that was it. I don't know. Yeah. She was not like trying to like fangirl her, but Brene was very much like, thank you so much. I'm out. You know,
I'm out. Yeah. Gotta go.
Got it.
Is that my flight they're calling?
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. I hear them overhead. They're calling me specifically. They said it's time to leave the conversation. But that, I mean, yeah, the way she talks about it is that the vibe was, and good to meet you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Right. Yeah.
Bless her.
Totally.
But Anna, do you actually need a snack? Because if so, you need to go get it. Okay.
I just ate so much lunch and now I'm regretting it because I'm like,
a little bit sleepy.
It's one of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I made like a huge dinner last night. And my husband's going to be out of town. So I'm like, I got to eat that. You know, I'm in that mindset where I'm like, I made it and now I have to eat it. And so I'm going to eat it for every meal until it's gone.
What did you make? I'm now so curious.
It's like, it was super easy. It's like a tortellini, cheesy tortellini bake with lots and lots and lots of ground beef.
Yummy. That sounds delicious.
It's really good, but it's better for dinner because it's one of those heavy, like, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Post lunch, you're like, good night.
Yeah. Bad idea.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I'm happy with this little catch-up time. Honestly, I'm liking that we're incorporating it.
Yes,
we're keeping it. The ketchup. You know what? We probably at some point need to say we need to brand it.
Call it the ketchup, and then find a ketchup sponsor.
I'm like, I thought we were calling it the ketchup, but we certainly need to now find a ketchup sponsor. Actually, very smart.
Yeah, I love that.
I really like that a lot, actually, and we could and should do that. And by we, I mean me. And you have just listened to The Catch-Up. It's our first segment on Get Mom Ready. Now we'll get into the meat and the potatoes of our subject today, which is...
I don't know. It is... okay, so this came out of... I think let's just be raw and open with our listeners, as we always are. We were going to have all 4 of us, and then we realized it was 3 of us because we were going to do a What's in Your Bag, which stay tuned because we are going to do that. But we decided to pivot because we want Hannah to be here for that. And so in our chat, we were which, sorry, rabbit trail. I keep getting ads for something. I don't even know what it is because I haven't clicked on it, but it keeps saying your group chats should be a podcast. And I am like, I always think about our Get Mom Ready chats, and I kind of wish sometimes our viewers could like hear or see our
Yes.
chats. But
Our
so
conversation.
we're letting you in today on that. And in the chat was Anna had the great idea of what does it look like to talk about how women or moms tend to feel like we need permission. And then I got like all like, yes, 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 because that's something that not only have I struggled with in my own life and career, and as a mom, but also in my coaching practice, I see this all the time, specifically with women, because I have about 50-50 male and female clients. And my female clients, this topic comes up over and over and over again, whereas it never comes up with my male clients. So yeah, I guess the topic today is the idea of permission. You kind of talk about it at a high level, and then you know me, I've always got like some practical thoughts, but yeah, we can kind of talk about it as a high level, and if that is something that we struggle with or not. Anna, does that describe what you were thinking?
Yeah. And I think this came out of a conversation we had probably months ago, but I want to say, Holly, you said something about feeling guilt every time you want to. Oh, you know what it was? It was me when we were hanging out in person. When Meredith, when you came to Houston
On that lovely March 7th day.
that lovely day, and we got to celebrate you. Yeah. I was talking about how I rarely ever see friends. Like it is
Yes.
so hard for me to schedule in-person time with friends. And my really close friends do live farther away. So it is hard to see them in person. And then, so that got us spurred on to talking about, I think Meredith, you were like, well, is it because you are happy, being at home, or is it because you feel bad asking, like you feel bad leaving your kid, or you feel bad asking for someone else to take care of your kid, or whatever it is? And so then we were like, oh, you know what? That's so interesting. And I don't even know the answer for myself, to be honest with you. It's a combination of so many things.
Yeah.
I am happy at home. Like I love to just snuggle up and read my book. All of my friends I'm talking to all day, every day anyways, and I do also feel guilt anytime I have to ask anyone to step into the shoes that I typically wear. So it's all of the above. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A friend of mine and I were talking about this last night because she and I were supposed to go on a walk with another group of friends last night. And then tonight we're doing like a late night moms meetup at a bar, because all 4 of 5, I can't remember how many. I think there's 5 of us. We all live within like a mile radius of each other. So we're getting together after that. So I'll see her again then. And then I have a birthday party on Wednesday. She has a happy hour thing on Thursday. So anyway, the walk ended up getting canceled. And I had reached out to her and be like, hey, we can go on a walk because these other people can't, but you and I can, or we can cancel because I know we've got a lot going on this week. And she was like, honestly, this is serendipitous because whether I should or not, I feel like I've overcommitted myself and I feel guilty asking my husband to do several nights this week. And so we were just, she kind of, that caveat of like, whether I should or not, I feel like this. I was like, man, that resonates so much because I feel the same way, even though my husband has never given any reason. Sorry, I'm drinking a Coke Zero's pretty gross. I'm like burping over here. It's just happening. Yeah, never given me any reason to feel that way, but it is something that I think we as women carry, that feeling guilty. I don't know, Meredith, do you resonate with that of like asking for help or no?
There was I heard a couple different things in your Google chat messages earlier. Like why did I need to sponsor place them? Sorry. In our chat earlier.
No, yeah.
Chat by Google. Which is
2%.
Right.
Yeah,
literally.
2% back # Wells Fargo.
They do not need any more of our they're good.
Yeah.
All that to say, I heard a couple things. One, and this is kind of taking it back to the beginning of the conversation, and then I'll dabble in my thoughts thus far. But one was moms specifically, not just women, but moms specifically feeling like they need to ask permission or experience the guilt load in a different way than dads do. Or that things kind of cross our mind to ask for permission more. Oh gosh, I probably shouldn't. Oh gosh, that's a lot on, my spouse, whatever. That was thing number one. And then thing number two, which I thought was really interesting, and I have a guest in mind for this topic, but we can go there or not today, was how you, Holly, see this with your clients, like you mentioned, in the workplace, feeling like they have to, like women, it's the permission thing, but you specifically were getting into the realm of feedback. And what I really heard you saying in that was that women need reassurance, not just permission, but reassurance. So that was kind of its own interesting thing, which might be for today. It might be for another day. If it's for another day, I'm going to circle back about a guest idea in our chat.
Awesome.
I do think I don't know. I don't know every household. I don't know every dynamic in the marriage. There are times when Scott stops, many times that he stops on his way home and goes to hit golf balls. If he's already going to miss Ethan's bedtime, like basically if he's missed the juice anyway, he's like, well, it's fine. I mean, I don't care. We're probably sometimes too independent and not interdependent enough. But there are times where I'm like, okay, but what would have felt considerate is not, I'm honestly, I'm fine if you do that. I don't care. It's more so the consideration of like, hey, do you need me at home? Even if it was for quality time, like I'm not like the hugest quality time person, but like, it's not for nothing. I did get married because I would like to spend some level of time with you, So even if, whether it's that or like, hey, to come home and help clean before we get in bed and watch a show, whatever, there's something about the consideration piece, whether like whatever the outcome is, it's more so the consideration. And it's interesting because I do still feel like the trap is that women are asking for permission and that men, I know that's so reductive. I can't even say it. That's not because I don't know what's true, but it's almost like he doesn't ask for, I'm going to just use the micro example of my relationship at this point. He does not ask for permission. I hear it on the back end. I'm like, okay, cool. That's fine. But I consistently find myself like 10% irritated. And I'm like, what is that about? And at the same time, he's allowed to have his own debrief time. He's had a 12-hour workday. It's not like he's doing nothing. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, it's not that you're not allowed to, but there's something about it that I'm like, huh. And I don't need you to ask permission, but it would be nice if and there are many times that he has and does, but there's something about that. And I think it does juxtapose the woman or wife or mom or whatever experience, the person who was at home during that hour or those hours, it does somehow juxtapose his or her experience. And I don't have words for it, but I think that's true.
Yes. Yeah. So I remember this was probably like almost a year in, maybe not quite a year in to having Iris. And I guess I was going into my co-working space. So I would come home from my co-working space, working my remote job. I would be doing bath time, bedtime while, and then again, like, and we have a really good, pretty like co-share, like we are a great team as far as like, we've got our list of like, here and y'all have heard me talk about this before. I'm a huge fan of Fair Play and the cards that really helped us when I was pregnant. We did that. We need to do it again, honestly, but that really helped us even have shared language of like stuff. So, but I would be doing bedtime, bath time while he would be playing his video game, and it made me so angry. And I think a lot of that was postpartum rage. A lot of it is I have a really negative experience with video games. That's another story from another day. My high school boyfriend played whatever all the time. And then of course Elliot's frustrated because he's like, I am decompressing after a long day.
Yeah.
I've just done, because he does all of the food in our house. So he's like, I just did all of this and I pulled weight and now I feel like you're mad at me for doing this thing, whatever. So we go to our therapist about it. And I'm like looking to her to validate, like, tell him that video games are horrible. And she's like, actually, Holly, that's great. He's decompressing. He's taking 20 minutes to play his game. He's decompressing. I think you need to find out what that is for you. And I'm like, like that was not what I wanted her to say, but that is so true because, and I think the lesson in that is so many things. One, it's whenever we're irritated, what can we do to take ownership over our own thing, right? But two, what's the underlying thing? And I think for me, what she helped me identify is that it's like, because I would say, but what is that for me? And I don't know that that's how you're feeling, but it's like, okay, cool. You get to go hit golf balls, but I'm still here with our kid. So then the challenge is like, what is that for me? And I still have, I feel like 2 years in and I always struggle with this, like finding hobbies outside of work because I truly love to work. But it's like, what is that thing that's decompressing for me that I can do independently, that I can say, hey, it's whatever, I'm going to go do that. What's your equivalent of golf balls? What's my equivalent of the video game that we can do? And I still struggle to answer that a whole year later from that incident. So anyway, I guess what I'm saying is like, I think I'm still on the journey of finding what is that thing that I can have that is like for me or joyful for me, that I don't need to ask permission for.
Yeah. Well, I think the other part of it, but the other part of it is if that were the pattern where it's like, okay, every night that's what's happening, there isn't space for you to do that thing for yourself without asking permission.
Well, but I think my therapist was saying like the challenge of like, I think it's not, you don't ask for permission. So it's like,
but then who's with Iris? Someone has to ask for permission.
But like, I think in this situation, what we're saying is like our spouses aren't asking for permission. So what does it look like for us to say, hey, I'm going to go to happy hour with my girlfriends on Tuesdays, or on Tuesday, right?
Period. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Therefore, and then, I mean, I guess if they're that emotionally unaware, then they're like, but like, hopefully they're like, oh, okay, cool. I'll stay with, I'll pick up Emmy or I'll whatever,
Yeah.
But like, that's the difference. And that's what I see that to like, because I think they're related, Meredith, what you're saying. Like, I think you're so right. You did such a good job of like separating those two things of like asking for permission and then needing that reassurance. I think they're related because I know for myself, I like walk in a room and maybe this is probably my hypervigilance and probably some codependency where I'm like, is everything okay? Like I'm constantly scanning the room for like, is everybody okay? Okay, what do I need to right? And to where sometimes Elliot will be like, well, I was okay, but now you're making me wonder if I'm not okay.
You're freaking me out.
Like chill out,
Interesting.
So, but I see it in the workplace of like, it's related, right? And it's like the workplace example of that would be, we're in a leadership team meeting and I see my female clients feeling like they need to present and ask for, hey, what do you think? Do you guys agree with this? Is this a good idea? They're looking for that reassurance and permission to move forward on a project. Whereas what I see with a lot of my male clients are going, hey, here's the plan. Let me know if you have feedback. But on Tuesday, I'm going to be announcing this XYZ. And the difference is one is a question and one is a statement.
Yeah.
It's okay. I had thoughts on this, and this is where I would actually really value bringing in. I think you and her would get on like a house on fire, and it would just be fun to just watch y'all talk about this,
like popcorn.
Yeah, literally, like in a fun, like it'd be like, oh yeah. It would just be like fiery and good. But this is I have a curiosity around this, and this I don't know that it belongs in this conversation. Maybe I say it, and then it's like, okay, save it. I don't know, but I hear that 100%. And I think there's room for growth opportunity, as it were, for women in the workplace. Okay. And I don't have this like vast corporate experience. Like I also struggle with that in the boardroom. I have no freaking clue. Okay. And what I do know is that the gift women bring and the way that we are wired is we are more, I don't want to say more. I'm not trying to be reductive, man. There's no man listening, but in case you are, I'm not trying to say you don't care about relationships. Just work with me for a freaking second. I think the gift that we bring is communal, relational. We deeply desire collaboration. Not always, not all of us. I'm not trying to be reductive, but like by and large, we are more relationally inclined than men. And so men are, in my experience and my observation, this is just observational, they're going to do the thing that you just said, Holly. Not surprising. Women, I know we've also been conditioned. This is again where I think you and Carrie, I'd be like, oh, say more. This is awesome. But I think that part of that is our, like the gifts that we bring. I'm not saying it always needs to show up in terms of like, we need reassurance. This is okay, right, boss? No. Like we get to step into our power and all of that can be true. But I also don't want to, I'm not saying you're doing this, but in general, I don't want to dismiss that entirely because I'm like, well, that's a part of like the gift that we bring that men could learn from and we could learn from them.
Right.
There's a vice versa, or there's an opportunity for some there that or synergy rather that could work there where it's like I could apologize less and be a little more decisive, and you could learn from me about collaboration or seeking a little bit of wisdom before, and I actually have some really great examples in the nonprofit space of men doing this. So again, not all men are doing this, but I know that in corporate space, I would gather it's a bit different. So anyway.
No, I love that you said that because I think the question to ask is what is our motive? So if the motive is I want to bring these people along and ask their opinion because I genuinely believe that they are adding, like I need to hear their insight and opinion to make this better or to
Uh-huh.
make this whole versus am I asking for their opinion or their feedback because I need their reassurance?
Yeah,
Mm.
yep.
So that's
Just
and one is like selfish, not in a bad way. That I feel like the word selfish is often used as like,
It's
oh, you're being selfish.
self-focused maybe. Yeah, like
Self-focused. Like, okay, how do they think about me? Am I in
uh-huh.
good standing here? Versus I genuinely need their input in order to bring this to completion or to bring this to the level of excellence that I want it to be.
Okay, you know what's interesting about that, Holly? Now I don't have this thought fully fleshed out, but I do feel like I have heard or been around enough the sentiment, and this is the part that I'm going to have trouble fleshing out. So let me know if this sounds familiar to y'all in your friend groups or things you've heard that we can riff on this. But I do feel like there's actually bringing that back into a partnership, a marriage, whatever. I do feel like I've heard over the years of women genuinely feeling bad for asking their husbands to take the kids for whatever reason so that they can do XYZ thing.
Yeah.
And that I'm like, come again? I'm so shocked right now. Like a genuine, I don't want to inconvenience him kind of vibe. Or oh gosh. And I cannot relate. I genuinely cannot relate. I cannot fathom it. I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, I think there are a lot of people who are listening who can fathom that because they're in a relationship where that's expected. So I can think of a few relationships right now where like the husband believes that like it is, the wife's responsibility to do this. I get to do what I want to do because I am the sole provider of
Ah,
finances and et cetera. And so now it is your job to take care of the household.
yeah.
And yeah, our relationship does not look like that, but I can think of a couple right now where that's
I
the
don't mean that.
expectation.
I mean, I realize that my tone was very strong, and that can be interpreted as being like demeaning. I just it does. I don't, and I don't mean that's not my heart's intention. Because if I was sitting across from someone right now who that was their relationship, I wouldn't be like, come again. No, but by any means, like no. So I want to retract a bit of my tone. I apologize because I sounded very high horsey and lambastic, and I did not. No, bombastic, Liam. There's a
I
word
don't know.
there. Anyway,
Well, welcome
one
to
of
the
those.
story of my life, Meredith.
Well, yeah. I'm like, I
My
don't want to
therapist said,
feel.
Holly, you're just going to have to get used to apologizing for how you come across.
I'm
Well,
like, great, great. So I want to that on air. I heard it. I'm softening it, but I think I does as a I'm gonna say as a part of the sisterhood. It does plague me that it's not the family setup. They've whatever they got going on. That's their business. It's more so that I feel like, wait, what? You feel like you can't? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, are you
so
like speak into this
yeah,
here?
because I feel like that. And it is like I was thinking about that this morning as we were kind of talking about this topic. And I have separate reasons for feeling that at work or at home.
Mm,
And I'm not in a workplace anymore where I have to deal with a lot of hierarchy or, corporate whatever politics. But I would say my motivations in the two separate spaces where I feel like I need to ask for permission or I have a lot of guilt, it's like totally separate reasons. At work,
mm,
it was one thing and it was it was probably like institutional. It was probably my first job was under a man who was, I mean, just the worst. And so that's your first experience. And then you're walking on
sure.
eggshells the rest of your career.
Yeah.
But at home, it's like this is who I have always been in every relationship. And so
Mm,
it's like
oh,
there's something about it, it's something about me and like personality type or
interesting.
birth order or like who knows, but
Yeah,
there
sure.
is something there that is like no matter what, I cannot fathom a day where I could ever just feel comfortable saying, this is what I want and I'm going to go do it. And I don't care what anybody around me feels. Like I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
never, I can't. So, and I have no idea where that comes from, but
okay,
it's
slight
deep rooted.
adjustment there though. Slight adjustment for the last part of what you said there, Anna, because it's not that you don't care about what anybody feels. So this is what's really interesting. What I'm hearing you say is you're equating me saying my needs is means I don't care about what other people feel, whereas
Right.
those can both be true. You can state your needs and also care, about how other people feel. But I think the difference is, so here could be an example. So like, I guess just to use the example of like tonight, well, I'm going to meet my girlfriends. So I had told Elliot, I guess like last week, hey, I am envisioning, I really want to get these 4 women together. I really want the burger at Berwick's. It's this bar down the street. I'm like been craving their burger. It's so good. So I'm like, I'm gonna text them and put together a girls' night for us to go to Berwick. So I said that like maybe 2 weeks ago. So then I'm doing the whole text thread. We're trying to find a date that works, whatever. It also does help that he and I have a shared calendar. And so I think that also helps that we have a system where like it's not like like I already knew he didn't have anything on Tuesday, you know. But so I'm like, hey, we scheduled that night at Berwick's. Remember how we talked about that? I scheduled that for Tuesday. We're gonna do it at 7:45, so it'll be post bedtime. And then I'm gonna go over there to, you know, meet the girls. Rather than, hey, I want to do this thing. Would you be okay if I scheduled this?
Yeah.
And like, do you know, do I need to be there for bedtime? Do I not? Do I da 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 da, right? Or you could say, you know, let me know if there's any issues
Problem.
with that.
Yeah.
Let me know if there's any problem with that. And then he has the opportunity to say, oh crap, I forgot to tell you I had this work thing, or I'm going to be traveling. And you're like, oh shoot, okay. Well, then I get to decide, do I want to get a sitter or do I want to
Right.
reschedule? Right.
Right.
Obviously, if he had a reason, like if Elliot was like, oh, that, you know, whatever, it would be like, oh, I do care about what he thinks. It's not
Of course.
like, you know, but anyway, I just wanted to call that out because I don't want women to associate us communicating our needs with not caring about what everybody else feels.
I don't think most women feel that way, but I like,
So
I don't know. Well, maybe. I don't know. I do think if I'm going somewhere, there is like a lot less guilt. There's still a little bit, and part of that's for Emmy, and part of that's for
Sure.
Philip, and part, you know, like it's a little bit of that, but it's more so if I want to do nothing at home, because more like
Yeah.
that to
Yes.
do. I don't even like, yeah, I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna go meet the girls for blah, blah, whatever. But like at home is where I find it much harder. And
Yeah.
one of that is because Emmy is attached at the hip, like there is
Yeah.
no personal space. And so
Yeah.
there's that aspect of it. But like that's what I want. I want to be able to be like, I'm gonna go read my book for an hour.
Yeah.
And we talked about this last week, I think, and Hannah was giving really good like scripts and examples of, you know, kind of laying boundaries with kids and like, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, but that's not relaxing for me. So it's like, how do
Yeah.
I relax at home while there's a kid in the house? And that just might be, this is a little bit of a separate topic, but that is where it is so hard for me because that's what I want to do. I want to take a bath, read a book, and hear Emmy play in the like. I don't want to be away from her. I just don't want to be the primary person doing every single thing she asks
Yeah.
and says. And you know
Yes.
that
Yeah.
where I'm like, how do I get that permission? That's what I'm like jealous of that men can do so easily. I mean, my dad would sit and watch TV for hours on the weekends, and I would never ask
Yeah.
him for a thing. And my poor mom, you know, read books outside our door till 10 p.m. every night. Like it's
Oh,
that's
boy.
her
Yes.
downtime. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so
That
true.
is where I feel the disconnect. Not so much like, oh, he gets to go do pickleball all the
Yeah,
time
yeah.
and I don't. Like that's
Sure.
I can do that if I want, you know.
That's good. That's a good, because yeah, I also don't know. I've never done, I feel like we're just now at 2 years and 2 months or whatever, 3 months. I'm just now at a place where I'm like, whoa, she's independently playing. I have
Yeah.
minutes to like do something. And like, I am in the state of going, what do? I don't want to be scrolling on my phone in front of her. So what are some things that I can do? So anyway, but yeah, Anna, that sounds terrible I can't imagine. I've never done that before where I've not been helping with her at home
Right.
because they're in that state. I mean, unless when she was a baby, yes, I guess like Elliot could do bottle, diaper, whatever.
Sure.
But once
Yeah.
they start walking to this age, it is a constant attending to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? You know what this is making me remember? I remember I was boxing with my sister as I do. And I'll never forget this. It was the best. Ellie, I hope it's okay that I'm sharing this. Jude wanted to throw the ball or something. And it was hot outside or whatever. And she's like, you can do that. Mommy doesn't want to. Like, I love you and I love to be with you. and it's okay for me to not want to do one of your activities. She's an incredible mom. She is, I mean, they are playing together. But in that moment, she was like, dude, mommy doesn't want to. That's
Yeah.
okay. And I was like,
Yeah.
put that in my back pocket for one day. You know, she's like,
Oh,
so
that's so
if you want to
good.
keep doing this, rock on, dude. I got to step out of the arena because I don't want to right now. It's the same way that
Yep.
Ethan just nips at my heel and cries when I'm having my breakfast. I don't always want to eat first thing when he's eating at whatever time. And so my breakfast comes a little later. Typically we eat at the same time, but breakfast is a little bit different. One day it might not be that way, but right now it is. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I know you can't understand me, but you did just eat. And it wasn't like a quick bite of an apple. You ate robustly. Let's
Devoured.
your little rolls are present to prove it. You're happy and fed. It's mom's turn. And I am so sorry. This is mommy's. And I know it disappoints you, buddy, but you have to understand that not everything that's on my plate is going into your mouth. Like, you're not a puppy dog. It's my turn to eat. So I mean, look, he's not getting, I don't say all that to him, but I'm like, sorry, it's mommy. I love you. I'm right here, but it's mom's turn to eat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there is still a way in which we teach other people, our bosses, our spouses, our children, our friends, ourselves, for crying out loud, how to treat us. And I know it is worth it in the long run for me to teach him, this is mom's. I love you. And it doesn't mean that I don't want to share with you, but this is mom's breakfast. I'm so sorry you've already eaten yours. This is not me withholding. I'm right here and I love you. This is mom's breakfast. Because guess what? One day when you want everything off my plate, because that's how kids are, if they can have the same thing on their plate and be like, that's fine, but what's on your plate? It's mom's, my guy. But that is important enough to me to have those micro moments that annoy the shit out of me. Are you kidding me? I'm like, stop it with the whining. You just ate. But it's worth it to me because my belief is my shit's important too. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's so good, Meredith.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good and so hard.
It is hard.
They're just like crying and being like, this morning Iris was being so annoying. And you're just like, I just want to stop this,
Boy.
you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. But in general, the
Yes.
conversations have to, whether it's again with you and your kid or you and it's obviously different, you know, but also too, I mean, I really do like when I'm not specifically thinking of what you've said right now. So what I'm about to say isn't at you, but I think about conversations I've had with girlfriends who kind of cower like, oh gosh, I feel bad asking my husband, or I just feel like I could never. And I'm like, my angel, what are the beliefs you have about yourself that are preventing you from asking for what you need or want? And I'm not trying to be all overly empowered, F what you want. I'm not saying that. You're not wielding a sword of empowerment. It's just like, how are there things that feel like they're suppressing your spirit or having you operate from guilt, or again, just a suppressed state of being that's not to your optimal flourishing or essence because you feel like you have to bend and maneuver. But I'm not saying that there isn't this like mutual respect, mutual submission. I'm not saying that I'm saying that is the goal, not that you're wielding something to like be overly empowered and it's my area of the highway and I'm standing up for myself. You might swing that way in the pendulum a little bit. You'll come back. It's okay. But there can be mutual submission while you show up for yourself. And submission, I don't mean in the overly biblical sense. I just mean an acknowledgement and a deference.
Respect was a good word. It's like a mutual, which I'm curious y'all's thoughts on this actually. So I'm thinking of myself and one of my best friends, because you mentioned, what does that say about the thoughts you have about yourself?
The beliefs.
And I can tell you, we've talked about this, and the thought, one of them anyways, the one that comes up is, I've done it before. I am strong enough. I am capable enough. I can do it and I will do it. And so, but I'm not saying that's right. So, and I know it's not right. In fact, like just because we can doesn't mean we should, like, period. But what would y'all say to that?
Well, but I'm confused because what I heard you just say, I'm like, yeah. So what are you saying? Like,
okay, sorry. What I meant was, I am completely burned out. I'm exhausted. I want a break, but like, I'm not going to ask for one because you know what? Yeah, I can do it. I got this. Like,
because fine. I've done it before. I've done being burnout. Everything. I've done it on burnout. Yeah. Oh, I see. I see. Well, I mean, the question becomes, you can.
Mm-hmm.
we'll just watch the house keep imploding. I don't know. I mean, I'm sort of like, yeah, you're going to make your bed and then you're going to lie in it. It's going to come up in terms of an autoimmune condition or stress. Hair's going to fall out. You'll be losing your I mean, I'm thinking of physical symptoms that I saw all the time with clients. And I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or in like at what cost, which is what what I'm hearing you say, Meredith, for like your health. Yeah. And then I think for me, what happens when I do that, it ends up in resentment. And then I I am resentful towards everything and everyone. And like, again, my therapist reminds me, she's like, hey, when you're having, and usually she says, when it's at Elliot, she says, what else is going on? Because usually when you have a short temper with him, there's something else that's unsettled. And like, I really have to think about it. And it's like, oh yeah, it's usually this other, it's like, I'm worried about work or income or this other friendship or whatever it is. Like, and so I just get resentful because again, like using Enneagram, flashback to Enneagram episode, I'm in the anger triad. And so when that starts bubbling up and I'm short tempered about everything, it's probably because I've told myself that story too many times, Anna, to where I'm just like angry about everything.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. It's like the physical. It's like, I'm sort of like, here, honestly, I'll tell you what my therapist would say. How much more millennial could we sound? Well, my therapist. But I'll tell you, my therapist would say, it's like, that'll work until it doesn't. And then it's going to come out sideways. That's the truth of it. So how sideways does it have to come out, whether it's physical or emotional or even spiritual? I mean, resentment can get into like, you can really, it's just like, it's toxic. It will show up as toxicity in some way, shape, or form in your spirit, your body, your emotions, your mental health, any of it. So, okay, you decide. Yeah. And so it's like, well, again, that'll work until it doesn't. And you'll do that till you won't. So I don't know, your call. That's what I would say. I mean, at some point you honestly too have to look at yourself. Again, I'm saying generally speaking, I'm not like you, Anna, have to look at yourself. I'm just like, generally speaking,
hey, like,
I'm like, you gotta assess what is working, what's not, and what is my role in this, and why am I upholding my role in this if I don't like it?
Yeah.
And whatever this is, whether it's even with a toxic boss or, you know, in a hard friendship or family relationship or spouse or kid or whatever, like what I am a part of the dance at play here. What are the steps I'm not willing to change, literally and figuratively?
Yeah.
So good.
It's hard. This is why we have therapists, because then we can actually pause. Like the time in our schedule where we just pause and go, now's my time to think about it. Because like it takes a ton of intentionality to sit down and go, what are the patterns not working in my life at present? How can I ask for more of what I need? We're not doing that.
Right.
When we get into our therapist's office, we're like, okay, 10-4, I need to be doing that. Got it. Thank you. You know what I mean? So maybe the TLDR is call your therapist.
I know, right? And Hannah's a good one. If you need one, call Hannah.
Hannah's a good one. Hannah's a great therapist. She's our communal therapist.
Oh, man. Well, okay. So because this is just the way my brain works, I want to take it down, kind of do like a quick recap.
Yeah.
So we kind of started it of like permission, and do we think that as women we struggle with needing permission, and then we kind of talked about, is that the same as affirmation or reassurance? Is it different? Then we talked about specific examples. I think we all three kind of shared specific examples of where we struggle with that in some capacity in our marital relationship and what that might look like. Like, how can we take ownership for our part in that, or brainstorming different ways to, like, for me personally, it was like the video game example of me still being on the journey of, you know, what is it? Like my walk, when she was going to bed a little bit earlier, I was like, okay, for me, it's the 20-minute walk after I put her down. That's my time. Right. But anyway, now she goes to bed a little later and I don't want to eat at 8:00 at night. So I'm struggling to figure out what that looks like these days. But and then I would say, and then Meredith, you challenged us with some great questions on like the question of what are the beliefs that we're holding that are causing us to stay in something or to not take ownership of our part of the dance. I love that visualization of like a dance. Yeah. And then the second thing you just challenged us on was, you know, really thinking about what's the cost? Like, what's the opportunity cost of, to your point, Anna, like pushing through or not communicating our needs? What's the opportunity cost of that? So some great reflection questions for us. Yeah, Anna.
And then also the other thing I loved that you said, Meredith, was about the gift that it is that we bring as women oftentimes to be the ones to care, you know, about relationship and about, you know, things running smoothly, and that is a gift that we offer, and not always
Yeah.
looking at it as a burden, but
Yeah.
shifting our focus of like, this is a cool way that I bring ownership is by caring about these things and influencing other people through these things. And so I love that reminder too.
Yeah, for sure.
Good. Good.
And there are some dudes out there, like Anna and I get to work with a wonderful man named Tim Stevens who embodies and lives that out. Like seriously, he's like the best I've
Yeah.
seen that brings what we would say typically would be like those feminine qualities of like collaboration and weigh in and buy in. So there are,
Yes.
they are out there, but not
100%.
But in my experience, very few of them. So.
Sometimes hard to find, but I have recently Nate Ledbetter comes to mind. No, y'all won't know him, but he's at Abara, and I just think him and Sammy both. I'm like, oh, it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So collaborative, so deferential, so respectful, incredible listeners. What does everyone think and feel? Can we move forward together as a group on this? You know,
Yes.
and yet decisive leaders, but in a really humble, gentle way. I just, their leadership is something for everyone to kind of look at. So anyway.
Oh, so good. So,
All right.
hey, you know, I could talk about leadership all day, every day. Well, everybody, thank you for listening to Get Mom Ready. Head on over to get.com. We've started doing a new thing called the Sunday Reset, and you will only get it if you are subscribed at getmomready.com. It's one of us shares some reflection. Sometimes it'll be collaborative, but it's just our way of personally and collectively reflecting and getting ready for the week. It goes out on Sunday nights, and you can get that at getmomready.com. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah. See y'all later. Bye.
Bye.